I can do all things through Christ. Love is patient, love is kind. Hand this man over to Satan. Women should remain silent. These are some of the more famous or infamous sayings of the Apostle Paul. Paul's influence on the early church cannot be overstated. After all, he's credited with writing a quarter of the New Testament. His letters shaped the beliefs and practices of Christians across the Roman Empire and beyond. During his travels, Paul founded dozens of churches and influenced many more. While on the road, or occasionally from prison, Paul wrote letters offering encouragement and instruction, answering questions and, more often than he would have liked, doing on-the-fly crisis management. 13 of these letters survive today. Paul's letters typically follow the same pattern. First, there's an introduction, along with a usually friendly greeting. Then, a thanksgiving and prayer for the recipients, followed by the main body. Finally, the closing section, in which Paul shares greetings from mutual friends. Most modern Bibles, believe it or not, arrange Paul's letters by length. Reading them in a more historical order can help you retrace Paul's steps as he brought the good news about Jesus to communities across the empire. Now, if you find yourself scratching your head while reading Paul, you're not alone. Even the Apostle Peter, one of the preeminent leaders of the early church, said that Paul's letters could be, well, hard to understand. Some of that's because for us, reading Paul is like listening in on one side of a conversation. Each letter addressed a certain audience dealing with a particular set of circumstances. For example, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians were written to a church in northern Greece that was facing opposition and wondering when God would come back to rescue them. A number of Paul's letters, like Galatians, Romans, and Colossians, dealt with the tension of Jewish and non-Jewish believers trying to live as one new community and how the whole thing fit into God's larger plan for humanity anyway. One of the best things you can do as you read Paul is to put yourself in the shoes of his original audience. Try to read each letter from their point of view. Who knows? It might even shed light on some of Paul's more infamous statements.